Imagine you are lost in a forest hundreds of millions of years ago, when suddenly a giant creature over 2 meters long crawls by. Welcome to the world of Arthropleura, one of the most giant creatures to ever exist on Earth. It is not a creature from horror movies, but a real species that dominated the forests millions of years ago. One of the largest creatures that ever crawled on the ground hundreds of millions of years ago, before the age of dinosaurs. Arthropleura was once a ruler in prehistoric forests. Let's get lost in the world of this giant monster and find out why it disappeared from history. Arthropleura is a genus of giant centipedes that are the largest known terrestrial arthropods on Earth. It is up to 2.5 meters long. Scientists discovered the new Arthropleura fossil on a beach in Northumberland, England, about 40 miles north of Newcastle. The fossil has a shape very similar to modern millipedes, but is many times larger, including many segments of the exoskeleton. Millipedes are all invertebrates and have skeletons covering the outside of their bodies. Shows that Arthropleura is the largest invertebrate animal of all time, larger than the ancient sea scorpion that held the previous record. Why can they grow so large? Unlike today's cool and wet weather, during the Carboniferous age, Northumberland had a tropical climate because the UK was then located close to the equator. Early invertebrates and amphibians subsisted on scattered vegetation around a series of creeks and rivers. Because oxygen levels were 50% higher than today, and this higher oxygen content in the atmosphere could have supported arthropods and allowed them to evolve into larger species with circulatory systems that were not as efficient as those in the atmosphere. Circulatory system of vertebrates. Arthropleura lived in coal forests about 300 million years ago. Is this giant creature really as scary as we think? According to American archaeologists, if they were still alive, they could completely eat a lion alive. Their powerful teeth could crush any creature. But the Arthropleura's diet actually consisted mainly of plants, like its smaller relatives, and was probably carnivorous when young, as they do not develop the ability to properly digest plants until adulthood. Arthropleura was one of the first animals to eat plants. Although they are vegetarians, they have strong jaws and can deliver a painful bite, but have no weapons or venom to defend themselves. Arthropleura had few, if any, predators, as its large size and thick armor provided considerable protection. They can also stand tall enough to look humans in the eye. Standing up straight is a defensive response. Why did this giant creature disappear? During the Permian period, the tropical rainforests in which Arthropleura lived were degraded by climate change, causing these areas to become drier. The loss of wet and rainforest habitats has contributed to population declines. The appearance of new vertebrates, such as large reptiles and amphibians, may have created competition for food sources or even predation on Arthropleura. This may have put additional pressure on the species population, leading to extinction. Is Arthropleura really as scary as it seems? Or is it just a harmless ancient creature?